What's going on, everybody? It's Edwin back again for Strictly Comics, and I'm just doing a really quick video for OmegaShinRyuKen's 500 sub contest. This is like the third time I've done this video, and it's even like last minute 'cause I'm trying to get it in before midnight. And the reason why they get it in sooner is because within a matter of like a day or two, my computer and my phone just took a dump on me. And not only that, but my wife's her computer, her power cord split, and so I was really extremely limited on my resources that I could use to do a video. So I got my phone fixed, and I'm just doing a straight raw video from my phone. So I'm gonna just run through this really quick. First, I want to congratulate OmegaShinRyuKen. You know, I watch a lot of YouTubers, and especially when I first got into this comic book review thing and watching other people's reviews a couple years ago, and I was really into the modern comics and what was coming out every week, and people's reviews and what they had to say and everything like that. But you know, I've really gotten more into the back issues, and mostly because the money that's spent on modern comics, just the money that you spend just doesn't justify, you know, even the story or the artwork in many cases. I mean, I see, you know, what was that, that whole X-Men event where Professor Xavier died a couple years ago. I see a lot of those comics now in like 25-cent and dollar bins. So just to spend $4 on every book, knowing that 90% of them, 95% of them are just going to depreciate within a matter of a year or two. Even though the stories are good, I just feel like it's just not worth it with the price, and a lot of stories are rehashed. That being said, I've really gotten away from a lot of YouTubers, and I really watch a lot of people who do back issues. So I watch Mercna, I watch OmegaShinRyuKen, and I also watch Hero Hunter. So you three are like the top ones that I watch now, and every time you guys put out a video, like within a matter of like a day or two, like I'm watching it because I want to know what you guys have to say. You know, I'm always enjoying, you know, gaining knowledge in this pop culture with comic books. So I just really appreciate what you guys do. You give me a lot of insight on, you know, what I should get, what I shouldn't get, you know, what the prices of what I should expect to pay for certain books. So I really value y'all's insight and input in back issues. So anyways, keep doing what you guys are doing. I really enjoy it. I know you guys are going to get way more subscribers. You know, 500 is a small stepping stone. I think that 1,000 is easily on the horizon for you, OmegaShin. So congratulations, man. Keep it up. Keep doing your thing. Let's run through these books real quick. The question was, what is your favorite character? I would have to say my favorite character is probably Spider-Man, but I think that Venom is like right there. It's like if Spider-Man was like 1A, Venom would be like 1B. You know, they're just kind of neck and neck for me. So I'm just kind of doing a Venom Spotlight in this video. I actually got several books to show you guys. And I know that the other question was like, what about your favorite stories? This is the book that I'm showing first. I'm going to say, first of all, man, this story, I didn't even know about this when it came out. And I actually got this quite a few months ago. In an eBay purchase. I think it's just a trade. I got it for like $5 or $7. When I got this book, I just burned through it in one night. I read all the entire trade in one night, and I gotta say this: if they were ever to do a Venom movie, they should do a Venom movie based on this comic book, because this book takes you through the origin of not necessarily Venom, but Eddie Brock, his childhood. You know, the type of personality that he was, even before he was exposed by Spider-Man with the whole Sin Eater storyline, you know, way back in the day. And it's just it's kind of a dark story. And then you always have that gap between Web of Spider-Man #1 and Amazing 300. And this kind of fills in that gap. So this was a very interesting read, and gave me a lot of insight into the character. And if they were ever to do a movie, this is what they should do a movie on. is this book right here, and the artwork is just absolutely amazing. So this is just one of my favorite Venom reads. And I also have this one right here. I think that only Venom lovers would know what this book is. This is actually the very first cameo behind the scenes appearance of Eddie Brock. It only just shows his hands pushing Peter Parker onto the train tracks, and his spider sense didn't even go off. So I got that. This, by the way, is at least a 9.6, super high grade book. And then we also got this one right here, and I'm kind of going through chronologically at this point, up into Venom. This is where Peter Parker discovers that the alien costume that he possesses is actually a living parasite, and it's actually changing Peter's personality the longer he kind of is bonded to it. And this is actually a really good story as well. I got Joe Rubenstein to sign this one. He was like the inker and the finisher of this book. I also got this one right here. Actually, I'm going to do this right here. I got these, so you guys have already seen, 252. I'm going to do it like that because this is kind of labeled as the very first black costume in Spider-Man title, and that's what it's recognized for mostly. But actually, both of these books came out like at the same week, or like within a week or two, something like that, because they both have May, and they're both kind of the first black costume in Amazing Spider-Man. Actually, I said I was going in chronological order, and I didn't do that, did I? Because this one was like after these two. But anyways, so I got these two right here, and again, these are like really high grade. They're at least 9.4s, 9.6s. And then we got this one right here. Again, I'm out of chronological order now, so this one actually should have been before Web of Spider-Man 18 that I showed you, but this, as we know, is when Spider-Man finally gets rid of the costume. It refuses to let him go as he's fighting, I think it's the Vulture or Vulture-like people. And it's just kind of morbid a little bit, because at the end there, the costume itself kind of saves Peter from the bell towers. And then the costume kisses Peter Parker at the end there. And then the costume supposedly like just evaporates. So, and then from this point, we get that gap all the way up until like 300. So, so yeah. Anyways, and then I got this one right here. This is kind of what's been labeled as the first cameo appearance of Eddie Brock and Venom. I still think Amazing 8 or Web Spider-Man 18 is that. But anyways, Todd McFarlane cover, great cover. It's about a 9.4, 9.6, super high grade. I didn't spend $100 on it though. That actually came from a different book. Anyways, so I got that, and then I also just gonna skip on over to Amazing 300. Everybody knows what this book is. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this, but this is about a 9.4 copy, really high grade. I got $2.99, but I actually got it signed by Stan Lee and submitted to CGC. It was such a high grade copy that I had to get it signed and sent in. So yeah, I got that 3 little mini run, and then I got these two right here. I got Amazing 316, Amazing 315. I have Amazing 316, but I got that also signed by Stan and submitted to CGC because it was such a high grade copy. I actually have a 315 that I got signed and submitted because that was a 9.8 all day. So I'll get those back, I don't know when, maybe in like October, I think. But this is basically like Venom's second full appearance. Again, Todd McFarlane, great artwork. He escapes from the prison and is basically like a road traveler trying to get to Peter Parker. Great artwork, great story. Just really can't say enough about the whole artwork by Todd McFarlane, by far my favorite artist. And then I also got, let me set this phone down for a second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I got a little 3-issue mini run here by Eric Larson. These are, again, early Venom appearances. Really good story, really good artwork. I think there was more pressure by Marvel for Eric Larson because his artwork was much better back then. And Savage Dragon, you could tell it's like really rushed now because he's got to meet his deadlines. But his artwork back then was really, really good. His artwork not so much now, but I'm still a fan because of because of this era. But Spider-Man is fighting Venom on a desert island, and this one right here, where he's holding Spider-Man's skull. Peter Parker's running away from Venom with like a torch because it's getting dark, and Venom ends up throwing like an abandoned car towards Peter while he's running, and I guess the gas from the car and then the flame that Parker was holding blew up, and there was also like a graveyard nearby, so Peter took some bones of the grave that was nearby and just kind of put his costume on it to give Venom lead him to believe that he killed Peter Parker, and then he escaped off the island, and Venom was at peace. Peter Parker was basically free from Venom until Carnage came, and then he had to show Eddie Brock that he wasn't dead but in fact alive. And so that's kind of in a nutshell, a little bit about what that story was about. And then last, you guys, I got 375 and 374. I think Mark Bagley is probably very, very close to Todd McFarlane as far as when it comes to drawing Venom. I just think he's such a good artist. This actually was the very first comic book, one of the very first comic books, the very first Spider-Man comic book that I ever bought. I got it off the stand when it came out back in like 92, 93, and I just fell in love with it ever since. The artwork was just amazing, absolutely amazing. In this storyline, Venom uses Peter Parker's parents to get to Spider-Man, and then in this issue, this is kind of like a prelude or introduction to Lethal Protector, Venom's very first own series. And I know a lot of people don't like the whole hologram, 3D, all that stuff. I like this crap, man. That stuff is just really cool in my opinion. And then when you get them CGC'd or framed or whatever, it just looks so good. It looks really good, but there's not a lot of that going on nowadays because Marvel's too freaking cheap to do any of that stuff. But and I know these books aren't really worth a lot, but this was the era in which I was collecting, and so I just really like that stuff. But anyways, you guys, that's it. That's my little spotlight of my favorite character, Venom. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, congratulations to OmegaShinRyuKen. Keep doing your thing, man. Always look forward to watching your videos. And even if I don't win the contest, congrats to whoever does win. I always like doing these things, and I always appreciate when people have them, because I myself participate or do my own giveaways sometimes. So it's always fun. Keep God first in your life, you guys. Enjoy your comic books, and God bless you guys. I'm out of here. Peace.